I understand the society means I'm not the perfect parent.
Torben was sentenced to 4 years in prison for a bank robbery. He can only see his son Theodore for an hour and a half every 6 weeks. But he is allowed out of prison every 3 weeks to see his sister and her family. Just before he went to prison, he used to live here with his son.
And this actually was the last room he was living with me in, and so it's a good memory. But it's also a long time ago. When I'm playing with my nephew in here, I think about the times when my son was here also. But it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It is still some of his toys are still here.
Now Theodore lives in a foster family. Due to mental health issues, his mother is also not allowed to see him. However, distance is not the hardest part for Torben.
It's mainly my guilt that is the hardest part. It's the guilt because my son isn't so old yet, so he understands what's going on, and he has a good life right now.
I don't think prison has changed him, father. He's always been like that as a father role. He will do anything for that child, put his own needs behind him, and so he's a good father and a good uncle.
Being in prison is not very hard. The hard thing is to be away from your family. It's not sitting in the prison. It's easy because all the days look alike and they just go around, just go faster and faster.
It's not only relatives who support prisoners. Fathers Club was set up to allow parents in prison to share their stories.
The hardest thing is to know you got some people out there that love you and you can be around. But knowing the other fathers have the same feelings as yourself, that's a big help. Talking to them. It's hard to share your emotions in prison because the other fathers the other prisoners can see you as a weak person if you do that. So you really have to trust the people you are talking with about those things.
To make the days go faster, Torben spent time making things that reminds him about his son.
Actually, I built it in prison, and it was good to use time on this in prison to remember me of the times I built Lego with my own son outside. I have shown him photos of it, yeah. So he's very impressed of us, and he thinks it's very cool that his dad playing with Lego in the prison, so he can tell his mates about that. So he thinks it's a great thing. So, and when I'm with him, with the foster parents, and we also built Lego there, and he gets some new Lego sets, and we built them together. I can prove myself when I get out of prison and then get more time with my son. I know that's the possibility, and I'm not a bad father when I'm outside. That's not the case.
Torben is halfway through his sentence. He will be out in 2 years. During this time, he will only see his child for a total of 24 hours. But he has already started planning his new free life.
I don't think it's a possibility for me to be a full-time father when I get out again. He is starting with new friends and new school and get a very nice childhood there. And if I come out and say, oh, you have to live with me right away, I don't think that's realistic because I'm also not ready to lift that task to be a full-time dad when I'm just been in prison for 4 years. So I want to be a weekend father, be there as much for him as he likes.